Good afternoon. Ringo here. So today is a cold weather practice day. Right now, the temps are between 14 and 16 degrees, which is pretty cold. So what I'm attempting to do today is just to try out what my cold weather hiking setup's going to be. I've already tried it down to 25 degrees and did just fine. So I'm hoping to be okay today. I just started and I'm a little cool. Not cold, but a little cool. And as long as I can stay cool, then I'll be happy. So, wow, there's a ton of geese. I don't know if you can hear them. I know you can't see them, but wow. Hundreds of them. Alright, so anyway, so what am I wearing? I have on my feet my typical setup. I've got my Ultra Lone Peak 3.5s, my Injinji toe sock liners, and a pair of darn tough wool socks. I'm wearing my Gander Mountain convertible pants, my Ex Officio 9-inch boxer briefs. On my top, I have a moisture wicking t-shirt on, and then over top of that, a long sleeve moisture wicking shirt, and then my Patagonia Cap 4 hoodie. And then rounding out, I'm on my my Outdoor Research Helium HD jacket. On my head, I've got a Z-Pax beanie and my wool buff. So far, so good. Everything's pretty good. If I see anything or say anything interesting, we'll come back. All right, out here. All right. I've been walking a little bit here. So far, pretty good. Guess I'm comfortably cool, except for my thighs, which is actually really surprising to me. That's one of the reasons why I went with, Ex Officio wool 9-inch briefs to cover my thighs just a little bit. So I don't think it's much of an issue, but we'll have to see. And I'll be perfectly honest, I am hoping that I don't have to hike in 16-degree weather too often. I mean, I know I'm leaving in February, but still. But we'll see. The biggest issue is my sunglasses keep fogging up because I got my... Oh, there goes a deer. I don't know if you caught that. That's awesome. That's why I'm out here. That's a pretty big doe. She ran right up by the trail again, so maybe we'll see her again. So as you can see, it's a little bit of a winter wonderland out here. We got a couple inches on the ground, nothing major. The story here in Ohio is the cold. We've been getting down below zero at night, so which kind of hampers what I want to do. I wanted to get out this week, but I'm not prepared to get out in below zero weather. So not yet. And to be honest, I hope I never have to. So. Alright. If I see something or say something important, I'll come back. Just some cool shots of the trail here. If I haven't said, I'm just at my local metro park where they have hiking trails. So it's a 4-mile trail. So, also gonna go back to the Twin Valley Trail. There's a 7-mile loop there that I can do. So I am done working. I did my last job yesterday. Oh, hold on a sec. All right, well, this is going to be interesting. That is solid ice, so I'm going to turn this off, and then I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, so back again. As I was saying, I did my last job yesterday. I own my own business, but the work I do sometimes requires some follow-on. That's really important. So I needed to make sure that I stopped working in time so that I wasn't having to deal with any issues once I get out on the trail. I mean, I'm going to have to. I'm a business owner. I'm going to have to deal with issues while I'm out on the trail. But hopefully they'll be minimal. And this is just a way to keep from having to deal with too much right there in the beginning. So I'm 51 days out. I'm leaving February 18th from Amicalola Falls. I think I said that already in my last video. So it's getting close, very close. I also just got downloaded the 2018 AWOL guide in PDF format yesterday. So last night I was poring over that. So I tell you, it's getting close. Really, really is. So, and I can feel the excitement building. Hopefully I'll have enough to occupy my time. I don't do well when I'm not working, so I kind of have a hard time occupying myself. I'm a little fidgety. So, so hopefully this month and a half will go well. Oops, sorry about that. What the heck was that? Anyways, hopefully this month and a half will go quick. So, but I also hope I can enjoy time with my family during this. And so, oh wow, oh, that's beautiful. I don't think that's coming out very well on my phone, but that is a frozen waterfall. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, I had to climb some stairs here. Out for now. All right, so halfway done for the day. Did 4 miles. Gear's working great. My cold weather setup is, in my opinion, perfect. At least for the conditions I'm in right now. The only other issue that I think I'll have is wind, and in that case, I'll just layer my puffy underneath my raincoat, and then put on my rain pants, and I think I'll be perfectly fine as long as I keep moving. I stopped right now. Get a cup of coffee just to warm up a little bit, and then we'll start off again here in a few minutes, and I'll probably just do a couple more miles. I think that's good enough for today. So, but I'm happy with my gear. I'm happy with how everything's working. So that's about it for now. I'll update you a little later. Out here. Alright, so taking a sit down but pack on break. I was just too lazy to take my pack off. So I'm getting ready to finish up for today, and just kind of want to go over some of the lessons that I learned today. One of them is just reaffirming that my layering system works well. And then I'm going to be fine. The other thing that I kind of knew as well is brakes when it's this cold are gonna have to be really short. So as you saw in my last clip, I sat and made a cup of coffee, and which you would have thought would have warmed me up. So I put my puffy on, but turns out my hands and my feet got really cold during my break. So, you know, I'm gonna have to keep moving a lot to stay warm when it's this cold, and just eat on the run. I plan to pack my my hip belt pockets with bars and snacks and candy bars, things like that, so I can kind of eat on the run. We'll just have to see. I was not in a sheltered spot. It was sunny, but the wind was still kind of blowing, so it got me pretty chilly. But other than that, I'm really happy. Another worry of mine was my feet, was whether my feet were going to be cold, but they've been fine. They've been fine, no problems at all. No problems at all. I think the temperatures come up a little bit. I think it's a whopping 15 degrees. So, and you know, when you sit in the sun, it's not too bad. But you get into some of the areas where it's a little more windier, and it makes it a little dicey. But no, I'm happy. You know, the last piece to the puzzle for me is being able to sleep comfortably in this kind of weather. You know, or at least not die. So that's my goal, to not die when it's this cold. You know, I don't think you can be, you know, if it gets down to 0 or you know, single digits, I just can't see how you can stay warm and still stay, you know, lightweight enough where you can carry it all on your back. So, you know, it's just, for me, I've looked at it. I've looked at the average temperatures and things like that, and it's just not worth carrying all the extra weight for the few times it's going to be that cold. You know, I may change my mind once I get out there. The weather may change, you know, so certainly this isn't what the weather forecast, you know, the long-range forecast said for us here in Ohio. We were supposed to have a little bit of a warmer winter again, but it's just been brutal cold for about 2 weeks now. So, you know, so we'll have to see how all of that goes. You know, I'm pretty well set on my gear list. There's a couple things that I've swapped out since my, or not swapped out, but actually dropped off since my gear video, and I'll go over those right before I head out, just to make sure. So, you know, next goal is I got to get a couple nights out here when it's around 10 degrees. You know, that's the lower limit of comfort that I'm shooting for. So, so we'll have to go from there. All right, well, I'm gonna finish this up, head back to the truck, and call it a day. All right, out here.